guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another makeup testing video, and today I'm going to be testing something which, if I like grab them, I'm going to be testing something which I have been so excited to test ever since I heard about them. And basically they launched yesterday on Beauty Bay. I think like the title and what I'm saying gives it away. So basically I'm going to be testing the new Jordan Lipscombe Beauty Bay collaboration palette. I love Jordan for so long. I just feel like her videos are so down to earth, and I feel like I can relate a lot to her in her sort of personality and her chatty sort of personality. So I'm going to be testing all three of these today. I'm actually going to be doing 3 different eye looks, which is very out there for me. I normally do a testing video and normally test 1 palette out of 3, or normally just do 1 eye look. But I thought, you know, as soon as there's 3 palettes, I might as well do 3 different looks so you can see what each palette is like and how each of it can be used. And also, one extra little thing which isn't related to this video. Yes, I do have a Halloween background going on. Basically, the video that you'll watch after this one, which will be a whole video by the way, the video that you'll be watching after this doesn't have this background because that was filmed in advance. If you're wondering why I've got a Halloween background and it's a bit early, that's because I've been filming videos in advance. But anyway, also if you are new to my channel, then don't forget to hit that little subscribe button. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you do end up enjoying it. Without further ado, I'm just going to roll into the video and talk about these palettes. I feel like I messed that intro up so bad because I just kept rambling. It was just like, ooh. These are the 3 palettes. You can actually pick these 3 palettes up in a bundle. Thank God Beauty Bay decided to do a bundle for these. Basically, these palettes do retail at 20 quid each, which I am going to say is quite overpriced personally for me. Mainly because I'm a drugstore brand sort of gal and I'm used to like £10 eyeshadow palettes and getting 20 shades in an eyeshadow palette rather than paying 20 quid for 6 eyeshadows and 2 highlighters. So I would say honestly they're on the pricier side, and that did put me off purchasing it a little bit more. Like I did mention, I did buy these in a bundle, so I got all 3 of the palettes for £50 instead of £60. Once again, I was a little bit disappointed because it wasn't a major money takeoff, do you know what I mean? I would have probably preferred 3 palettes for 40 quid because I feel like it's more of a save in that way. But I suppose people will obviously be using their student discounts and different Beauty Bay discounts, so they would have lost a lot of money. And also, Sophie Does Nails did also mention, which actually did come to mind about the prices, is that we don't know how much it costs to formulate. It could have cost more to formulate these eyeshadows than we first think, which is why they're so pricey. And obviously, like, I understand that Jordan needs to make some money out of this and Beauty Bay need to make some money out of this. Personally, for me, I feel like they are on the pricier side because I'm so used to drugstore. As for the packaging, I really like the packaging. As you can see, it comes in this like holographic cardboard packaging. These 2 are pretty much the same packaging wise, and then you've just got this random copper one just kind of chilling in the middle, but it's okay. That's such a minor thing, like I feel like it doesn't matter, but I just thought I'd put it out there. It's also worth noting that these are also cruelty free. I don't think they are vegan. It doesn't say they're vegan, but it does say that they're definitely cruelty free. So if I give you this one as an example, this is the shade Onyx. I'm obviously going to show you all 3 palettes, but just to show you the packaging. So when you open the packaging, it comes in this like slip cardboard thing, and that just comes off. So the packaging is quite nice, and then it comes with these stickers as well. It has like an inspirational quote on what the palette's called, and just kind of like just something to put at the front of the eyeshadow palette just to kind of like jazz it up a little bit, which I think is quite nice. And then this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. So it just has the Beauty Bay logo on the front. It's just plain black. At the back it does say Jordan Lipscombe and does have her signature there, but to be honest, it is quite simple packaging, which I don't actually mind. Like I'm going to move on to when I open this packaging up. Basically, as you can tell, this is a very travel friendly palette, which is what drew me towards it the most. It's not like Beauty Bay's first eyeshadow palettes that you literally cannot take on holiday with you because they are gigantic. The thing with this one is it does come with a few shades, but you can still create a really good eye look with it, which is the problem with a lot of travel eyeshadow palettes, is that you have a few shades but you can't exactly create a really nice look with. But this comes with 6 eyeshadows and 2 highlighters, as you can see. It does also come with a little like takeout plastic thing which has the shade names on it, and then as you can see it comes with a mirror, and it comes with a really well sized mirror as well, so I can actually do my makeup in it without it being tiny or too big. So as for the packaging, I really like it. It's simple but it's effective. It's easy to just carry around with you if you're going traveling or if you're going away for the weekend. So that is probably the best thing about this palette, is that it's so accessible and that you can pretty much use it for any occasion. So moving on to each palette, I'm actually going to go through what each palette looks like and go through some swatches. So I'm just going to go with the first palette that I've just talked about. So this is Onyx, as you would have seen. This is the smokier palette out of all of them, and this is actually my second favourite. And I'm just going to actually insert some swatches here so you can see what the palette looks like and how they're formulated. Okay, so these are the swatches from the Onyx palette. So as you can see, the mattes once again aren't swatched swatching amazingly, but they're swatching okay. This yellow one though swatched really, really nicely. This is the shade Stung. It looks insane. And then as you can see, the two highlighters again, like literally the pigment in those highlighters. It does look like they have quite a bit of glitter on it as well. The shadows, when you literally press into them, feel so creamy as well. So these are the swatches from the Onyx palette. Okay, and then next up we've got Trooper. This is actually my favourite palette out of all three. And before I saw she was doing a bundle, this was the one that I was like, I'm definitely gonna buy. This has another one of the stickers just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Obviously the packaging is completely the same with all three. Nothing much changes there. And this is what Trooper looks like. Oh my god, like these car keys are literally calling my name. This is like me in a palette. Like literally I relate to this palette more than I relate to myself. These highlighters look like they appeal a bit more to me as well because I'm so flippin' pale, which is a little bit annoying, but nevertheless. And as you can see, it comes with the little slip plastic thing with all the shade names on as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to insert the swatches so you can see how well Trooper swatches. And then finally, these are the swatches from the Trooper palette. So as you can see, a few of the mattes swatched okay around about this side. This dark green didn't swatch the best though, so we'll see how it performs on the eyes. This green shimmer, oh my god, look how well that swatched. That's insane. And obviously the two highlighters as well are a lot lighter, as you can see. That is pretty much my skin tone, so that's a good sign for a highlighter. But these are all the swatches from the Trooper palette. And then last but not least, this is Fuego, and this is actually the palette that I prefer least out of all of them, only because it reminds me a lot of the shades that I already have in my makeup collection. I still think it's a really pretty palette and it's very warm toned. I think it's the most warm toned palette out of all three. Personally, I feel like it's the one that I'm going to use least. Probably might end up using it most because it's warm tones and I love warm tones. So once again, slip cardboard packaging, and then it comes with these stickers. So this is in like a copper sort of style, and when, ooh, it's flying everywhere. When you open it up, this is what it looks like. Here's the little plastic sheeting with the shade names on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a little swatch of Fuego and you can see how well that swatches compared to the other two. Okay, so as you can see, this is the swatches from the Fuego palette. So over here until here is the eyeshadow shades, and then here are the two highlighters. You can see how pigmented the two highlighters are, like they're insane. Once again, the shimmers in this palette are also insane. I don't feel like the mattes are swatching that well. Like they're swatching okay, but they're not swatching the best. However, the shimmers and the highlighters look absolutely insane. Now that I've given you a brief overview of what the palettes consist of, what the formula's like, giving you a few swatches and just an overall package overview basically, I'm gonna go in with testing the first palette. Firstly, I'm gonna I'm gonna test out Fuego, which is this one here. I'm just gonna prime my eyes ready for my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. And I'm actually gonna take the shade 0. So this is the lightest one. Only because I've been using this to prime my eyes with a lot lately before I do eyeshadow. And I just feel like it's started to work a lot better than using 0.5 or 1. I'm not actually gonna powder on top because I don't powder on top of my base anymore because I feel like the eyeshadows stick and last a lot better. I think I'm gonna go in with this orangey shade down here, and I'm just gonna use this as like my transition shade. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, wasn't a lot of fallout. That's good. That's a good sign. Stop it. Look how pigmented that is. It's an absolutely incredible shade. The thing is, I thought with this palette I've got a lot of colours that are pretty much the same, but I actually haven't got a colour that's similar to that orange. I really like that. So next up, I think I'm going to take this brown up here and I'm just going to put this in my crease a bit more. Okay, there was a little bit of fallout in that, but I've always said I'm never not that bothered about fallout because it's a sign of good pigment in my experience. Next, going to take this red / maroony shade here, and I'm also just going to take this in the crease. I'm actually amazed at how pigmented these are. Beauty Bay and their palettes so far have really gone above and beyond. Oh my god, that is stunning. This palette is a lot better than I thought it'd be, like considering this is my least favourite out of all of them. So I'm just really trying to work this colour into the crease. Next, I'm going to take this dark brownie sort of shade here. This is in the middle of the pan. And I'm just going to take this on my outer corner and then blend it through my crease just to make everything a little bit darker and smokier. I feel like this one isn't majorly pigmented, but as I'm building it up, it's definitely picking up more pigment. More than anything, that's a positive though, because I don't really want to go in with a really, really dark shade. And sometimes you can go in and it can be full on pigment, whereas this is like buildable pigment, so you don't get that massive like hoo-ha. I'm just gonna go in with the first brush that we used, and we took that orangey shade in when we first started, and without putting any more new product on my brush, I'm just gonna go through my crease again just to make sure that everything's blended together. Although these shades are pretty much blending really, really nicely together. Next, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my concealer again, and I can't remember where I put it. This is such a Becca moment. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm gonna take my supersized conceal and define in the shade 0.5, and I'm gonna cut my crease, but I'm only gonna cut my crease halfway because obviously we put that brown in the outer corner. Also started to cut my crease a lot further up than I normally did do, only because, as you can tell, my eyes are so tiny, so when it comes to doing cut creases, if I do them a lot higher up, then my eyes look a lot more awake and I look a lot more alive, and that I'm a lot more with it. By the way, as I'm filming this video, I've hit 3k subscribers. Before I sat down and filmed this video, like, I don't want to cry again, but I just feel like really, really emotional. And like 3k is not a lot to a lot of people, but to me, I'm like, literally, I barely have 3 friends. So the fact that I've got like 3k subscribers, I'm like, literally, thank you. So next up, I think I'm gonna go in with this gorgeous pink shade. I'm gonna go in with my lower lash line, and this is the only colour that I haven't used yet, so I'm just gonna take this like coppery shade down here, and even though it's a shimmer, I'm still gonna try it on my lower lash line. Okay, that is definitely a winner chicken dinner. Inner corner highlight, obviously we've got the 2 highlighter shades down here, so like I did mention, it comes with 6 eyeshadows and then 2 highlighters. Obviously you can use this for shimmer eyeshadow if you want, there's no rules against it, but personally, I'm just going to use these 2 for highlighters. My inner corner, I think I'm going to try this one. I think it's really, really way too dark for me, but I'm just going to try it just so I can get used out of both of it. I know this will be way too dark as a highlighter, and then I'm going to go onto this and use this on my highlighter. On my highlighter? As my highlighter, and see if it works. That is a little bit too dark. Next up, finally, I'm going to go in with the highlighter, and for highlighter, I'm just going to take this one down here. I don't know if it will be too dark on me. It looks like it might just be too dark on me. Oh my god. I've hardly put my brush onto my face. And then finally, to finish everything off for lips, I'm feeling something a little bit pinky and like a pinky sort of nude. So I'm going to go in with the 7X Makeup Revolution lipstick. This is in the shade Cake. Okay, wow, just like that, I'm back fresh-faced in a new outfit. Boom. Next up, I'm going to go in with the next palette, and I'm going to go in with the Onyx Palace. This is more of the smokier palette, which was the one that I was so excited for. This is what the palette looks like. As you can see, it's very, very smoky. So firstly, I'm probably going to go in with this one as my transition. I feel like, to be honest, this is nothingness of a colour. I don't think I would ever use this. This shade, I don't know, I wish she'd put something a little bit more transition-y in, but just so you kind of, I don't know, get a feel for the palette. This is what the nothingness shade looks like. Next, I'm gonna go in with this one down here. I feel like this is such a pretty, it's like a brownie sort of orange sort of vibe going on, and I'm just gonna take this through my crease again. Ooh-wee. That is a really nice transition shade. Like, I wouldn't say, as you can see, it's not majorly pigmented. Let's see if it's buildable. It is buildable, like from the first tap in. It's not majorly pigmented, like it hasn't like blown me away, but nevertheless it's really, really nice, and like I said, buildable isn't a bad thing. Next up, I'm probably going to go in with this one here, and I'm just going to work this into my crease. This is a little bit more of a darker brown sort of shade, but it's not like majorly dark. I'm going to see if it comes out like a grey sort of colour or like a brown. Okay, that works really well with the transition shade that I've just put on. I'm going to use this shade here, and I'm literally just going to take this in my crease. I'm not going to take it any higher, just to make sure that everything's nice and deep. Next up, I'm going to be a little bit brave, and because it's a smoky eye, I'm going to take this black shade here, and I'm just going to pack this all over my lid. I don't exactly have the best experience with matte blacks. I feel like some can work really well and some can work shockingly, so let's see. It's not the best matte black that I've ever used, but that ain't a bad thing. Because I'm packing it all over my lid, I don't want it to be majorly pigmented. Oh my god, that is actually a really, really nice matte black. It does take quite a bit of building up. Do you know what? I really like how this look has turned out. This palette, oh my god, I'd say that this one definitely lived up to its expectations, like 110%. I don't want the lower lash line to be like, phew. So I'm just gonna go in with this shade down here and run this across my lash line. Know what you're thinking? I haven't used the yellow yet. it's alright, it's fine, because we're going back in with yellow. On Jordan's like advert sort of thing, promotional video, he actually took Stung in her inner corner, which I thought was really, really interesting. So I'm going to copy it a little bit, and I'm just going to put Stung in my inner corner because I've been wanting to see if it'll work, but I'm feeling a little bit daring, so I'm like, you know what, I'll just do it. If Jordan did it, I'll do it. It's fine. Oh, why have I never taken a yellow for like inner corner highlight before? This is insane. And then because we've done a bold eye look, I feel like doing a bold lip and just going a little bit out there and being a little bit different and doing something that I don't really do that much anymore. So I'm going to take a red lip and I'm going to take my M2K Vice lipstick in the shade Mrs. Mia Wallace, and I'm just going to put this on my lips. I've just remembered that I forgot to go in with the highlight, and I'm going to take this lighter pink down here and see how it goes. Oh my god. Oh, lordy lord. This is it. It's happening, isn't it? I love the formula of these highlighters. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with my favourite all three, and this is Trooper. This is the khaki styled one. I love these colours so much, especially because it's coming up to Christmas. So this is, ooh, it's falling on the floor again. This is what Trooper looks like, as you would have seen in my intro, but oh my god, I'm so excited to start using these colours. So firstly, I'm going to go in with this orangey shade right at the top. I'm just going to use this as my transition shade. Okay, that's a really bright orange, but in a good way. I feel like this one reminds me a little bit of Subculture, but hopefully the Subculture alternative that actually blends. Next up, I'm gonna go in with this brownie shade next. I don't know why, I'm just feeling like it, and like I said, I'm trying to use as many shades as possible. Oh my god, I'm so hot in this jumper. I thought, you know what, this jumper will go really well with this look. I think I'm just gonna dip back into that orangey yellow shade again to bring that through a little bit more, because it's looking a little bit browner than I want it to look. Okay, and then next up I'm going to go in with this gorgeous khaki green colour down here, and I'm just going to work this into my crease. And to do this, I'm going to take a flat brush actually, and I'm just going to pack this kind of like near my crease and then blend it out. Oh my god, look at that. I feel like the thing with these palettes is you can do so much with them, like more than you think you can do. Okay, this khaki is really pigmented. It blends in so nicely with that orange shade, which like normally with like khaki green colours, they're kind of like a pain to blend. But this blends so nicely. I'm just going to go back in with the first brush that we used. I'm just going to go back over and blend it all together with no extra product on it. So next up, I'm going to go in with this like dark, it looks like it's very blue in the pan, but I don't know if it'll come off green. And I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner of my eye, and then I'm going to like blend it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so this is like a darker sort of green. It reminds me of a frog a little bit. Don't ask me why, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. It's literally frog. I'm actually not going to blend that darker green on the outer corner because I'm going to go back in with my Conceal and Define in 0.5, and I'm just going to do half a cut crease again. Wow, I really like that. I feel like doing a half cut crease just works. I was a little bit like, do I do it, do I not? But I feel like it's going to work. It's going to be fine. I feel like I put a little bit too much concealer on that side, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to go back in with the darker green shade again and just build it up a little bit right near where we've put the concealer. Next up, I'm going to go in with this like green shade here. Look how pretty this is. There's nothing I love more than a green shimmer. And I'm just going to place that where we put the concealer for the cut crease. Oh, wow. These shimmers are really metallic. Darn it, I got some down there and I don't want it down there. If I like rub it in, it's just going to go worse. So we're just going to leave it and just pretend that I'm not a makeup artist and it's okay. That is the best green shimmer shade that I've ever used in my life. So next up, I'm going to go in with my lower lash line, and I'm probably just going to take this orangey shade again here for my lower lash line. No, I haven't gone for a really bold lower lash line today, but I'm just kind of not feeling it. I'm just kind of feeling something like, do you know what I mean? Oh my god, okay. That is really, really nice. But I think I'm actually going to take some of the brown here and I'm just going to put this on my lower lash line as well. Now we are getting somewhere. But next up, I'm just going to test a couple of the highlighters. So these two actually look like the lightest in all three of the palettes, which I'm so down for because obviously I am very, very pale. Even this one looks like I could probably just get away with just a little smidge. But nevertheless, I'm going to use this one and go safe. This is like a icy silvery sort of highlight. Whoa. Ah! Put a bit on my nose. Let's see how well it works. Oh, Ooh, I feel like Rudolph. I feel like I'm doing like a literal Christmas tutorial. These highlighters are so good. Like the eyeshadows are really, really good. But honestly, what's blown me away the most is the highlighters. Like, look at that. And then to finish everything off, I'm going to go back in with lipstick. I'm going to take this Model's Own lipstick. This is in the shade Naked Brown. I actually have never really used this, so that's basically why I'm using it in this video. That is really nice, and it feels really nice on my lips as well. So that was my tutorial, first impressions, swatches, etc. of all three of the Jordan Lipscombe Beauty Bay collab palettes. Really hope that you did find this video helpful, very, very honest, and I hope that it helped to show whether they are worth the hype or not. I know quite a few people have hyped over these, and I feel like people have had mixed reviews about the prices and stuff, so I just wanted to kind of like show you all three on my eyes so you could see, one, which one you preferred, and two, if it's worth buying all three and worth the money. But nevertheless, I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, then don't forget to smash it a big massive thumbs up, and also feel free to hit that little subscribe button if you haven't already. Also feel free to tap the bell down below so you are notified every single time I post a new video, and beauty testing videos, mainly drugstores, so if you want to know when I post them, then feel free to tap the bell down below. As always, all my social media links will also be linked right down there, so if you don't already follow me, then feel free to. Once again, thank you so incredibly much for watching, and hopefully I will see you on my next video. Bye!